Art Education Magazine 2 is our follow-up to edition number 1 that focused on beginning the school year and best practices. Edition 2 focuses on social and emotional learning lessons for grades 4 through high school. So the different chapters that we have in here are about the emotional color wheel, music-inspired lessons, emotional journey, symbolic still life, the reflection on the year, abstract family. We call inside out as looking at both the inside and outside of a sculptural object, thinking about goals, memorials for those who have passed before us, expressive self-portrait work, a summative self-portrait, and then an advanced sculpture project. So this is my editing version, so you'll see some little notes in here as we were correcting things. But social emotional learning, we have an introduction that talks about the process, and you can see that this piece would be full of emotion for a student who was dealing with and witnessed up-close death from a military conflict. So we have the emotional color wheel here, which helps students understand that feelings can be translated into colors and shapes, and that way they can sort of hide the meaning of what they're trying to express and feel a little bit more safe in their production. Here we used music to do some little studies, and then more formal pieces using color and shape to represent the emotional value of the work, but also along with the rhythms of the music. The music is a great way to get students involved in their work. And you could see quite a variety of pieces, some that are three-dimensional, some that are rather flat, but there are many ways to sort of approach this. I also have a video that you can access for more help in the classroom. The next one is our emotional journey. And for this one, students are using symbols to represent the beginning of their life and where they are now, and we see it as a pathway. And then all the artworks can be lined up in the hallway to show that we're all going through a journey and we all have different experiences. And again, it's totally symbolic, colors and shapes representing emotional values of different events in a student's life. Here in a symbolic still life, students put together 5 objects that have personal meaning, different stages in their life. And then we approach the drawing through many different modes. So we can have blind drawings, continuous line drawings, collage projects. So there are different ways to kind of look at the project, but then everyone has something unique and it is tied to who they are in their own life's journey. Here we can reflect on a year. This one was written after the pandemic, so it was students reflecting back on their 2020 and the good and bad things that happened during that time for them. Here we have the abstract family, so each shape represents a different member of the family, and the colors in between are representing how those people get along or don't get along. And we can see that that same project can be done in many ways, and we can even do it three-dimensionally, playing with the idea of Alexander Calder's mobiles. Inside out is where students get a box, and the outside is decorated in the way that others perceive them to be, and the inside is decorated in a way that they know themselves to be. And sometimes those can be very different things. And we can see that students used photographs, embellishments, some even included some battery-operated lights. But they're very beautiful, and they did a wonderful job with this. And all of the work comes with writing at the end for students to kind of reflect on their work. So the next one is goals and empowerment. So the idea is the students figure out what is their goal in life, what is it that they want to do, what do they want to save up for, so they create a bank so that they can save up. So this is a student who wants to go to law school. This is someone who wants to learn about animation. Maybe they want to save up for a house, save up for a ski trip. This way it's personalized and it gives them, motivation to save up for their dreams. A memorial is where they look at somebody who is no longer with them in their lives. Either it could be through a divorce or through death. But if a student hasn't experienced death, then they could certainly look at a historical figure. But you can see these are highly personal and symbolic representations. And we even have a unit where we explore the idea of a memorial bell, so a bell that you would ring to remember the person who has passed. So there's many ways to kind of approach this project. Another one is expressive self-portraits. So you can see that the students had a silhouette of their face, and then the colors and shapes on the inside represent how they are and how they see the outside world, or how the outside world sees them. And again, each one is very different and very expressive and highly personal. Then we have summative self-portraits, where students need to show off some of the skills that they learned about portraiture and about proportions, and then express something about themselves. So we look at some self-portraits of very famous artists, and then we apply those back to our own. And you can see everybody has a very different approach to it, and they're showing off their skills, showing something that they learned throughout the semester with me, and these came out really well. And then we have our head sculptures that I do with my advanced students. So we give them a mannequin head that's made out of foam. I get those from NASCO, and they get to destroy it, remake it, reimagine it to express something. Here they carved out the eyes and put in roles, one of positive words of affirmation, the other one words that they have been bullied with. Here a student was representing about how their sister got pregnant early and had to drop out of school, and how it was a beautiful thing that they had a baby in the family, but it was a painful experience as well to be a young unwed mother. So they can express all sorts of things through these sculptures, and then we do a little bit of writing and reflection on it, and they only write about what they're comfortable, and they can be vague in their writing if they feel like that would help them express what they need to and feel safe. I also include rubrics, some very simple rubrics, and a little bit more complex so that you can grade projects. When you buy the book, you have the authorization to make copies for yourself. If you'd like to see more, go ahead and check out more books from Firehouse Publications. Thanks.